What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So I got a reaction today. I'm about to react to Truth Is' newest video talking about aliens that apparently ended up in the Miami Mall. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this story. So let's get into it.
In today's episode, we will be talking about the Miami Mall incident that recently happened. But before you begin, I just wanted to let my patrons know the in-depth uncensored video on the Jeffrey list will be dropping later tonight. I recently posted the YouTube version where I kept it pretty...
Yeah, we're gonna react to that next. But this video that I'm reacting to right now will be for today. That video will be for tomorrow. And I want to also make a Patreon. Well, I made a Patreon. I keep saying I want to make it. I've made a Patreon. Guys, I will put the link in the description. I just gotta be able to get the link and attach it to the description. I plan on making a video about the Epstein list myself and just the island and just Jeffrey Epstein in general, like straight weirdo, right? So anyway, let's get into that, but also let's keep going into the video so we're not dragging it out talking, right? All right, boom.
Pretty surface level, but in this Patreon version, I dug in deeper and exposed these monsters for what they really are. If you're a Patreon member, you can expect that video late tonight. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. 2024 only seems to be getting stranger and stranger as the days go by. It's only been 10 days into the year, and it seems like the world is flipping upside down. On top of everything that was already going on in the past few days, reports were being made about an alien sighting incident that happened at the Bayside Mall in Miami on New Year's Day. Footage went viral online of the incident showing what appeared to be a massive police response that worried many on social media. It appeared to be the entire police force in Miami reporting to the Bayside Mall. Another video of the incident that went viral was of a group of police cars surrounding what appeared to be a giant shadowy figure that was slowly walking past. Other footage that went viral was of people claiming a portal opened up in the middle of the mall while all of the chaos was starting.
I saw the clip of the shadowy figure, and you know, that could just be a person, right? But it could also be a being from another dimension, and I say another dimension, not from another planet. You could probably say they're one and the same, just described differently. But what I mean by that is that, like, the generalization of aliens is how they are depicted in society. But generally, in alien really means non-earthly being, pretty much, right? So that could be an angel or a demon. It's very broad of a description, and the way they depict it, I mean, we assume aliens look like that, or at least have an idea that's probably what they would look like, but they probably don't look like that exactly. You know what I mean? And not to mention, I don't think they're aliens; they're demons, most likely. Like I said, they could be either angelical angels or demons, because the term alien is just broad. It could be used for both, in a sense, right? And that portal that opened, hey, that could be a real portal, or it could be some CGI made type portal to make people believe that it was a real portal opening. I know some people are like, well, what about the people who started like panicking and running? Well, I was hearing that there were like fireworks set off in the mall. People probably assumed those were gunshots and ran.
In today's episode, we will analyze all of the videos and stories being told to get to the bottom of what I believe really happened that night. Could it be possible that aliens were really visiting in Miami Mall, and are the police trying to cover it up? Or is this a story being blown out of proportion by those on social media? Let's get to the bottom of it. Right now, there are two different stories being told about what happened at the mall that night. One story that is being reported by the police, and another that is being told by social media and some people claiming to have been at the mall when it all went down. According to Miami police, what happened that prompted such a large police response was a large group of teens who were at the mall with sticks and fireworks causing chaos. They claimed they were getting reports of teens fighting in the mall and looting stores as they ran rampant through the mall. Many people were calling the police and also reporting the incident as they saw kids attacking other kids. At one point, the kids even started hitting people with fireworks, which scared everyone at the mall and made people believe the fireworks might have been shots going off. So this is what led to everyone scattering. According to the police, they responded with so many officers because they were told it was a group of at least 50 teens with sticks. When the police arrived, the kids started to scatter off, causing people to do the same. This is when the footage was recorded of people scattering and acting crazy. The Miami police denied there being any aliens, responding online by saying there was no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. They also responded to the rumors of the shadowy alien figures walking by the officer's car, claiming that it was just a shadow of a man who was walking by the scene.
I will say that shadowy figure does look kind of tall, but that could just be someone's shadow. Obviously, your shadow is going to be most likely bigger than you, so it could be an actual human walking past, right? And their shadow is just obviously tall enough to somehow resemble some type of possible giant alien, quote unquote. Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going.
One of the officers at the scene was quoted saying, "It's a shadow of a person walking." If you look at the beginning of the clip, you can see the person at the bottom of the shadow. Another officer said, "If there was any creature, myself and other officers would have had our weapons out while we hide behind our cars."
I mean, if y'all could even do anything about it.
The police were completely denying seeing any aliens. According to them, they responded in those numbers because of the large amount of people involved in the situation.
Which makes sense. Which makes sense. You know, they wanted to make sure there was no threat. And, 50 teens possibly causing chaos, they could terrorize people, you know what I'm saying? Just go around harming and doing dumb stuff. So it makes sense why the whole force probably showed up. Because I'm pretty sure that was the whole force that showed up, right, to the scene. But we also know cops to cover up things. You know what I mean? Cops have been known to cover up incidents and things that happen. You know what I'm saying? We know these things. Like the higher-ups tell them not to speak on it, to not to, give it attention, to say it's fake and all this nonsense, right? So sometimes you can't really believe the cops for real, because they be lying for sure. They be lying. They say they asked to keep the truth from the people. You know what I'm saying? It trickles down, but it really starts from the top. You know what I'm saying? The top, the higher ups, the people who are in charge, who run the world, who run the country, who run the cities. You know what I'm saying? The counties. You know what I'm saying? The towns, etc., etc., etc. It goes from the top down. You feel me?
The news also reported that police had arrested 4 teens in connection to the incident, claiming that these were the teens responsible for sparking the mall riot.
Chaos erupting at Bayside Marketplace. A fight breaks out between a large group of young people, leading to arrest.
And police say at least 4 juveniles have been arrested in this one, accused of lighting fireworks and causing panic. And now we're hearing from the mother of one of those teenagers.
Now the question is, are the police telling us the truth, or is there more to what happened that day? According to those on social media, what really happened that night was a portal that mysteriously opened up in the middle of the mall, in which aliens jumped out of it. They point at this video of a bright light expanding on the ground as people run away from it. Social media detectives also claim that this video shows the aliens trying to escape the mall as the police were approaching. The viral video that shows the police officers surrounding the shadowy figure is when the police try and apprehend the aliens, according to some people on social media as well. One man stated that he saw multiple 10-foot tall aliens that were fading in and out of reality, claiming he couldn't capture them on camera for some strange reason.
My name is Nadik, and I was also at the mall when I saw the 10-feet alien. I'm gonna give you my testimony right now. So what I saw, I was just standing in the side of the mall, and then I saw everybody running towards the center of the mall. As everybody's running towards the center of the mall, I went to try to take out my phone. But as soon as I got to my phone, I looked up and I see this 10-feet creature just like moving side to side. The images was like cutting in and out. It wasn't clear. He was fading in and out of like reality, I guess. And then 3 other ones appeared and they was fading in and out of reality. So it's like they wanted to be here, but it's like we had the power to see them, but we couldn't see them all the way. Like we needed to have, I don't know, they needed to come all the way out. I don't know. But it was a little shaky. The cops came. It was like 1 million cops out there. It was nasty. And then they asked everybody for their phones right before we departed. So they made a perimeter around these aliens, and they was checking everybody's phones. But I got somebody with a picture and a video. And he's from Miami. He's a resident of Miami, and from Orlando. And he was at the mall too. So me and him became cool when he was running away. I was like, "Hey, you got that?" He was like, "Yeah, I got that." So me and him are in contact, and he's just scared to release the video, I guess. But I'm gonna have the video because we cool.
As you heard for yourself, he claims he was right there when the shadowy aliens appeared out of nowhere and began moving side to side, claiming that the police were checking people's phones before leaving the area of the mall. According to him, they were...
I will say, now obviously, when you have eyewitnesses, it makes things a little more like real. But you know, we do have a lot of people that just do things for clout. Also, plants, people who get planted in situations to make the situation seem more real by them giving their testimony, like this guy is. And I know there was other people too that talked about it, them being there and their story. I assume Truth Is has that in this video. We're going to see. But anyway, I mean, you know, we have to, you know, somewhat take his word for it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's completely lying. I'm not saying he's completely telling the truth. But at the same time, you know, there could be truth to what he's saying. There could not be, you know. I guess, you know, it is what it is. And also, he just said that the cops were searching people's phones probably to see the video. And if it wasn't just to see the video and they asked them to delete the video, that's strange. If the cops said, yo, delete that, then you clearly know they're hiding something. If they told whoever was on the scene to delete the videos after asking to see their phone, it's clear as day. It's clear as day. They were trying to hide something. You know what I mean? But hey, let's keep going.
We're looking for some kind of alien footage. Another man on TikTok claims to have been at the Miami Mall when the aliens were there as well. He stated that he and his brother saw 12-foot aliens that were previously reported as 10-foot aliens, claiming he heard a big boom and then saw a bunch of teens running away from the area.
I would say though, height is a perspective thing. Like, one person could have thought it was 10, another person could have thought it was 12, another person could have thought it was maybe 15. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like angle and trajectory and, you know what I'm saying? And just all types of different things. The level of where you are. You could have been on the ground when you saw it somehow because you heard that boom that might have went off. You could have been on the ground trying to run away. You fell. You see it. Now you're not on your feet, so it looks taller to you. You know what I mean? Compared to you being on your feet or sitting down somewhere. You just never know.
He then claims this is when he saw 12-foot aliens, but all of the electronics died out, so he couldn't use his phone to record the alien, stating that this is the reason people don't seem to have footage of the aliens.
To be honest, me and my brother were there in Miami, and it's so crazy that you guys don't believe in that, but we saw 12 goddamn.
Well, if all the electronics died out, what about that last guy who said a dude got a video on his phone? Seem a little fishy now. Stories ain't adding up. I don't know.
But aliens, no fucking lie. And what happened when my brother tried to record? Everything turned off.
A loud explosion. That's what
There was a loud
everybody
explosion.
Everybody run. All you seen was a bunch of little 14-year-old, like 15-year-old.
Out of here, bro.
Fucking running, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, and then immediately
Go,
everything turned off.
Turn
Everything
active
turned
shooter,
off.
active
And
shooter.
so
I know what I
that's
saw, bro.
yeah,
I know
that's
what I
why
saw.
nobody has any of that footage. That
know
you
what I
guys
saw.
are wondering why you didn't get the footage because as soon
I ain't
as
fucking-
everything turned off, as soon as you saw that creature, everything
I
turned
seen the
off.
man on stilts. That wasn't no man on stilts.
No, it wasn't no man on
It
stilts.
wasn't.
How do you have a man on stilts when it was a shadow creature?
Nah, that motherfucker was moving. Like, nah, dog.
And they're gonna take it down soon. So
Yeah, they were.
Another man there claims he also saw the shadowy aliens in the mall, stating that he was there with his family when the aliens appeared behind them.
My name is Fitz. I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family, and we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what
You might be doing the exact same thing. Why he keep looking off camera? Did he write a script or something? That boy got a script right there, a little teleprompter. He's reading off the teleprompter to tell him what to say. Maybe he needed his notes to help him gather his words. You know, sometimes you can't really tell the best story off the top of your head. You have to write it down. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's keep going.
happened? We all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, but our whole family's processing it. But I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, and my sister and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew, and then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store just running out in a direction. As soon as we saw it, we were like, oh, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd. And then about like a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blankie, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we looked behind us, and then we see these 3, 9, 10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew. Everyone, all of us stopped in our track. We, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. There were other people running. There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching. Not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever. It looked like a glitch, man. It was like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But
This guy right here, like, he somehow has the most description to what was seen. Everyone else kind of just saw a faint 10-foot tall image of what looks to be an alien. He's seeing lips and actual features of sort of quote-unquote alien. How do y'all feel? What do you guys think so far? You think he's lying? You think the guy before him's lying? You think the other guy's lying? You think there's truth to this? You think they're all telling the truth? Like, what do you think? How do y'all feel? Let me know.
I was about like 20 feet away, because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And they're tall, so we all just like looked at them. They were just standing there, and the thing that was a little bit weird, well, it was clearly like observing us. It was sentient, right? Like, or whatever. I don't know, but
bro keeps looking off the camera. The first guy was looking off the camera too at some points, but he looked more genuine. He looked like he was just generally just talking, looking around his room or wherever he was at recording. This guy looks like he's actually reading off a script or like looking at someone while telling the story. I don't know.
It was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd, and then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, like kind of like it started like almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother like immediately said, "Yo, let's go." He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, where's the footage? Where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Because like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on World Star or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different. Because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family?
First instinct for everybody may not always be the same. Generally, I'll say that. Because, yeah, majority of everyone is going to most likely run if they see something they're, not too familiar with, that's scary, etc., etc. But also, there are people who would pull their phone out. We live in a society where everybody has a phone. A good portion of those people are going to pull that phone out and record. For sure. Especially when they get in far enough distance away to where they feel like they might be somewhat safe. They might pull it out and record and post it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter to go viral. Hey.
That was my first number one priority. So if you don't believe me, I get it. It's fine. Like, it is silly. I'm sure that someone had footage from that night. If you did, please contact me just so that we actually have it. So anyways, as soon as the creature started moving, we all just jetted out there. We ran out the front doors, and obviously like.
Another thing is he keeps saying creature. He said creature, implying that there was only one, but then he did list off 3. Now maybe he's saying he only seen one at that time, but there was apparently 2 more around the whole mall or outside the mall, wherever the case may be. I don't know for sure. You know, so you just gotta keep consistent with the story, because it's just gonna sound more of a lie, more like a lie, you know, if you just don't stay consistent with the story. But hey, man, let's keep going.
We see a whole sea of cop cars, mad cop cars, where other ones were coming in, and we ran with our nephew, and then a cop stopped us. They took us to a bit of a safer area behind the cars, and they asked us what we saw, and we told them what we saw. They wrote it down, and they asked everybody to check their phones. Not everybody, because there was mad people like running away too, right? They couldn't get everyone. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna post a video. But yeah, they looked through everyone's phone. I didn't record anything, so I was fine. None of us recorded anything, so we were basically free to go. But in the distance, you could still see, like, I didn't see the beings come out the door, right? But you could see on the side of the building, kind of like that clip that everyone's seen, that it was slowly walking, and it was like wasn't cloaking or glitching or whatever. It was walking. So I don't know if it seemed more like it was an interdimensional thing. Someone's coming into our dimension or whatever, a bunch of them. And I think, that it was just interesting, the police response, because there was a whole bunch of them.
As you heard for yourself, this man's story is kinda similar to the other stories being told by people who claim that they were there when it all happened. He also claimed that the aliens were glitching and seemed to be interdimensional beings, stating that many others were there and saw these shadowy aliens. If you listen to the people that claim to have been there, they're telling us 10 to 12 foot tall interdimensional aliens opened a portal in the middle of a crowded Miami mall. This caused a bunch of people to panic and run away from the mall. This is when the massive herds of police officers arrived at the mall to, I guess, fight the aliens or capture them. So what is the truth? Was there really 10 foot tall shadowy interdimensional aliens opening portals at the mall that led to the massive police response? Or was it the reports of 50 teens fighting, looting, and setting off fireworks that led to the police response? I know how the authorities are used to cover things up all the time, and it could be what's going on here. So I decided to go looking into all of this with an open mind. If we look at what is being presented as evidence of aliens from people who were there, we're not really given much to work with. All of the videos of the situation look dark and grainy, and we can't really see anything definitive from the footage. I decided to look at the footage with an open mind, trying to see if I saw what others do, but
It's crazy that we're in 2023 and our camera footage looks like this, bro. Like, it looks like we're back in 2007, bro, with this kind of foot.
I just don't. I can't tell what I'm looking at by analyzing this footage. In this video, people claim a massive alien walks past police cars, which really doesn't look like anything to me. I did see something walk past, but honestly, I can't really make out what it is. It could be a person's shadow like the police said, or a shadowy alien like people online are claiming. But from this footage, I can't tell at all. You would think that these videos were recorded with a flip phone or something, as they're so poor quality. Also, none of these people who are claiming to have seen the aliens provided any evidence to prove that they were at the mall that night. Not a video of the incident was recorded by any of these people talking, nor a picture of a receipt they had from buying something at the mall that day. Nothing to prove they are people who are actually there, and not just some goofballs looking for attention and internet clout. The portal video to me does not look like a portal opening up, but like a bright light getting brighter. Just like what happens when you light up a firework and it starts to explode, which is what is most likely being shown in the video, and what made people run off when they saw the lights and heard the boom. Remember, people reported hearing
even after, like, when the quote-unquote portal like disappeared a little bit, and you can see at the bottom it looks like it could have been smoke that was fizzing out from the firework itself, or a portal. Hey, but you know for a fact, if you were to set fireworks right next to anybody with the right mind, you know what I mean, especially if the fireworks is loud and they are spreading pretty far, and because if a firework hits you, it could actually hurt and burn you. So yeah, you'd probably be smart enough to get up and move, which is probably almost anybody. So and some people might get into a panic stage, especially if they see it right in their face, they still might be and start like wanting to move back and like run back and turn away from whatever that is. But I don't know. How y'all feel, man? How y'all feel? What do you think, man? What do you guys think that this situation pertains? Like, you think it was just simply some reckless teenagers just acting like menaces and just causing chaos and just pretty much terrorizing people who were just probably out with their family, friends, and just trying to shop, eat, and just chill and have good times? Or you think there was an alien or a few aliens that somehow came through a portal that ended up in the Miami Mall and scared everyone lifeless? I don't know. We'll see.
A big boom at the mall, which if you ask me matches up with the reports of fireworks being set off by teenagers. We also saw footage of a bunch of teens running from the area and other footage of teens fighting each other, which I won't show here on YouTube.
You know what's so crazy? I did see a video of these teens. It looks like they were jumping a man. I'm like, bro, what's up with you? Like, especially if that man did nothing. Like, you guys just literally see somebody and choose him to be your victim. Like, just, that's some wild stuff, bro. Like, I'm saying, these youngins is growing up really, really twisted, bro. Like, I mean, look at their influences, right? Like, their influences aren't any better for real, like, to be honest.
While I rarely ever believe the police, and I will say it was a massive response, I really don't think that they were there for aliens. It honestly makes sense to me why so many police responded to the area if they were responding to a call about 50 teens rioting with weapons. They were also probably getting reports of shots fired due to the teens letting off fireworks in the mall. You know, people heard those fireworks from a distance and thought to themselves it's going down. I can see the police responding like this to an active situation when they're hearing reports about 50 people attacking others and possible weapons being let off. Now, if they were really stopping random people and checking phones, I will say that it is interesting and strange. But again, we don't even know if that's true because the people saying it haven't proven themselves to be credible witnesses. While I still may have some questions about it all, I will say I think the police might not be lying about this one. It seems like it could have just been teens rioting and acting crazy. In 2023, we all heard about several alien sightings, from the family who claimed to have aliens in their backyard to the Mexican Congress meeting that presented so-called alien bodies. Plus, there were many other UFO sightings that were made throughout the year. Now, to start off 2024, many people claim to have spotted aliens and portals opening up in the Miami Mall. At the end of it all those other claims ended up being made up stories for attention. And again, this is what it may look like in this situation. One thing about all of this that makes no sense is that people think the police are trying to cover it up. If the police were trying to cover it up, so would the media. And the media wouldn't be reporting about there being aliens in the mall if they were actually trying to cover it up. To me, it doesn't seem like a cover-up. It seems like they were running this story for a reason.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I honestly looked into this with an open mind just to see if there was anything truly going on. But after seeing the photos and the statements the witnesses have, I'm really having trouble believing this. And one thing that I did notice about this situation is that everyone is reporting slightly different stories from each other. For example, people were giving different heights for the aliens. People were also reporting different things that had happened, like the electronics shutting off.
The electronic stuff, like, yeah, that sounds like a stretch, because there are people who literally saying that they got footage or photos or videos or whatever. But then the height, like I said, I feel like that could be perspective. Like, someone could think it was 8, 9, 10, 15 feet. Even though I would assume everyone probably would come to terms with like a general height, like 10 to 12, 13 feet, right? Anyway, let's keep going.
While others are claiming they actually have footages of the aliens. So which one was it? Did the aliens disrupt the electronics or not?
Yeah, I had the same questions. It didn't make any sense to me. Specifically, the statements that these people were saying, they all seemed to be different. It's like they were trying to play off of each other what they were saying and then add a little bit of flair. But one of the guys obviously looked like he was flat out lying. He just kept looking to the side over and over again as he was speaking, not giving the camera direct eye contact, which to me just shows that he wasn't being honest. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I had questions because I saw the videos of all the police officers showing up and I thought to myself, what could have possibly been going on there? And when people were saying they were covering something up, I agree because, you know, this is how it usually happens. The authorities are used to cover things up. They're told not to talk about certain things and they can't. But when I looked into the situation, what I saw was not enough proof to determine what these people were truly saying. None of the footage shows me what appears to be a definitive alien or anything that even looks like it. All I see is what appears to be shadows or blurry objects moving, and that makes it hard to believe anything that people are saying. In my opinion, the timing of all of this is truly interesting. All of this happened the day before the Jeffrey document was released, a document that released the name of many A-list celebrities and
celebrities, politicians, world leaders, everybody you could think of that has influence, power, and money. Yeah, they do things like this to cover up other stories, and this happens often.
world leaders being associated with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
People were way more concerned about this situation over the names revealed on Jeffrey's list. I believe this situation had nothing to do with aliens, but this narrative was created to play as a distraction.
Yeah.
Keep the people focused on thinking about aliens in the mall until this situation dies out and people don't even ask any questions or remember who was on that list to begin with. This is why every major news platform and all of the blogs are hyping the story up. Hollywood is in shambles. The names of people associated with the biggest known monster in history were exposed, and this is how they protect them. In my last video, there was people claiming they didn't know that certain people were on the Jeffrey list, and it's because they are consumed with everything else that's happening right now. In the last few days, Cat Williams exposed Hollywood, and aliens were spotted in the Miami Mall, all while those associated with Jeffrey got exposed, and billionaires started building doomsday bunkers.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this was all a distraction, and they were preparing for something they know is coming. I honestly don't think our government would hide if aliens were real. I believe they're going to use this alien narrative for their benefit later in the future.
Apparently, I mean, you could say that they used to hide it. They used to try to literally make it seem like it was not even a possibility. Now they want to push it so hard. They're pushing it really hard. That's one of their many agendas that they're pushing right now is the aliens being real. When clearly it's just angels and demons. Like, I'm sorry to say, I know you think it's some green being from another planet. No. They're angels or demons. Either one of those two, like I said, because the word alien can be described for both. Can be used for both. It could be used for both. It's so broad. You could literally call an angel an alien because it's technically a non-earthly being. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they just want it to be so broad, so there's no specificness to it. Because if people just knew they were angels and demons, that's what they would call it, and then they would relay it back to the Bible, to God, to Jesus. You know what I mean? Which they don't want that to be the case, so they want to make it so broad, so everyone is just kind of like, oh my God, da-da-da-da, and people believe more in aliens than they do in God. It's like, what? They believe more in aliens than they do that the devil exists, or that angels exist, or that heaven exists, or that hell exists, or demons exist. Like, it don't make no sense, like, at all.
I've spoken about things like Project Bluebeam, where they would need people to believe in these alien narratives. And if you look at it in the last few years...
And the scary thing about Project Bluebeam is they're going to use that. I mean, they probably already have in society, but they're going to use that to trick us even more. They're going to use that to have a fake rapture. They're going to use that for many other things, bro. They're going to use that to make it seem like some quote-unquote alien invasion happened. All types of wild stuff. Look up Project Bluebeam, bro. Like... These evil, wicked, satanic people are really out here trying to trick and deceive the world to the fullest extent. This is why we need God. This is why we also need to be vigilant and woke. The true woke, not no fake propaganda woke. The true woke. You know what I'm saying? And be very, very vigilant, because they will literally try to pull the wool over our eyes and trick us every step of the way. Like, they don't want us to know anything at all. Don't get your information from these people, these mass media companies, and you know what I mean, like the news and the people who are quote unquote authority figures who are telling us information. We have to do our own due diligence. Like, we have to go look things up for our own self and find things out for our own self. You know what I mean? And not just trust the word of the government, or trust the word of some politician or some scientist or some random person that somehow says they know what's what. Like, come on now.
This alien narrative has been getting more and more popular, with the news reporting on it like if it was true, with what we saw with the Congress people acting like they actually found an alien body. So I believe this narrative is going to be used for a reason, but this situation here, I don't think it proves anything. As much as I was looking through it trying to find something, I really couldn't find anything.
Something else that just doesn't make sense to me is the fact that people really believe that the police would cover up aliens. We remember last time when the teen boy and his family claimed to have seen aliens in their backyard. Even the police were claiming that there may have been aliens. The police weren't trying to cover it up. They literally said that they were ready to see aliens.
In Las Vegas found themselves in the middle of a UFO mystery last month after an out-of-this-world 911 call.
They're like 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes.
A family called police on May 1st saying something had crashed in their backyard. They also said they saw large, non-human creatures roaming around the crash site. As far-fetched as it might sound, officers took the case and the call very seriously after a mysterious sighting of their own.
Like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like about 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or?
And that incident ended up being a hoax as that kid made it all up. And personally, I believe if there was any type of alien situation going on, that they would have a special force that is trained and armed to deal with that type of situation and not have sent out their local Miami PD.
Well, no, local Miami PD will always come out regardless. Because of the fact that most likely there's a lot of people in public places, so they need the police to, I guess keep people calm, keep people back. The local police department will always come. They're the first people to probably get the call. Maybe not the first, but they're one of the first usually to respond to the call. I'll say that. And then you probably have SWAT, maybe the National Guard, maybe some actual military come, stuff like that. You might have some actual people, but to be honest, bro, like if an angelical being, I'm gonna say angelical because demonic, I don't care about none, no evilness from Satan. I don't care about none that has anything to do with Satan. I'm gonna say angelical being. And if an angelical being came, there's nothing that anybody who quote unquote is trained can do. You understand that? Nothing you can do. Like nothing you could do at all. They're an angel from God, like from heaven. So what do you think you could do? You can't touch them. You won't be able to touch them. Literally. At all. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And they definitely would have handled that situation in a whole different way, been more secretive about it, and definitely not have let the media cover it.
Exactly my point. Why would they open up this portal in the middle of a Miami mall in front of all these people instead of like in the middle of a forest where there's no one there? There's a lot of forests in Florida, wooded areas where they could have just appeared and no one would have seen them. Why show up in the middle of this Miami mall? It just doesn't make any sense. The footage clearly shows a bunch of teens running.
I mean, it's not a movie though. It's not like the movies where like if a portal did open, it'd probably open some random woods somewhere, you know what I mean, or some like it's a very small town. It's not always like that. It could, bro, that shit could open up in the middle of the street. You don't really know. It can open up anywhere, like low key, and we already know CERN has been trying to open up portals to other dimensions. And they're trying to bring demons to the world, bro. Like they're really trying to bring like demonic spirits into this realm. It's not a joke, bro. Look this up.
Away, and there was also other footage, like I said earlier, of these kids doing exactly what the police said happened. In my opinion, this was a clear and cut case. What the media did was spin the story in order to draw attention. You think the media are not there protecting these celebrities that were named? They are already protecting them. If you look up any of these articles talking about the people named on the list, the media is protecting every single one of them, saying, oh, they did no wrongdoings. They were just associated because they were named. It's not like they were doing anything wrong. Anybody that's associated with Jeffrey, I don't care who it is, anybody. They are all Masonic puppets. They're all a part of the club, and they're all as evil as he is. This story was blown up for a reason, and I believe it's the same reason that Cat Williams' episode did 34 million views in a week.
That's touching 100 million, bro. This video right now is at like 45 million views. It's crazy. Blowing up, like insane. Insane.
You understand what's going on? They're trying to take attention away from what's really being exposed. And
even though the Jeffrey Epstein list is very, very important, what Cat Williams did expose was also important. Was also very important. I am glad that light did get shed on this, because this topic of conversation gets swept under the rug so much and has been swept under the rug for years and years. And even when it's spoken out, people literally just laugh it off and say, oh, that's not true, da da da. But now we got insiders who talk about these things. People are still going to try to sweep it under the rug and act like this isn't true. But it doing 40 million views, a lot was said in this one interview or podcast, and a lot was also exposed about many different individuals. And not one of those comedians or actresses or actors said Cat Williams is wrong or that he's speaking lies. People's responses were them trying to save face and say, oh, Cat Williams is bitter, he's a hater, he's mad. Okay. He could be bitter, he could be a hater, he could be mad. That still doesn't take away from the fact that what he said about you is probably true. Not even probably, it is true, because I know for a fact that all these individuals are sellouts.
And it's working. Not that many people are concerned about this list that has so many A-list celebrities. Watch my last video and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All of these big names in Hollywood, and these are only some of the names. I'm about to expose some more names on the Patreon video that drops later today. But you can clearly see that this alien story was just used as a successful distraction, and it worked perfectly. Everyone was distracted between this and the Cat Williams situation. In my opinion, this entire situation was used as a distraction just to get people off of what really was being exposed, and it was these names on that list. But I want to know what you guys think below. Tell me if you guys really think that it was aliens out here. I'm not judging any of you, and if you guys have more proof, I'm happy to see it. You guys can send it to me, or let me know if you agree with me below. Do you think that they were just using the story to cover the Jeffrey list up? That's what I believe, at least. Well, that's it for this video.
So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that and what you guys' thoughts. Crazy things are going on. We're literally only 11 days into 2024, and a lot has happened. And I only imagine what's gonna happen during the rest of the year, right? So like I said, guys, we gotta stay vigilant. Keep God first. Do not allow yourself to be fooled and played and tricked by the elite, by the Freemasons, by the leaders that are running the world, you know what I'm saying? These celebrities, all these different individuals, you know what I'm saying, that have influence, power, and money that can sway your decision in your process of your thought. So that's all I want to let you guys know, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember what I'm here to do, guys. Wake your mind and your soul up. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gone.